Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to guide you through today's source material because we are diving into something truly massive. We're going to unpack the ancient, powerful, and, quite frankly, deeply complex figure of Varuna. We're talking about a deity who shaped the very foundation of early Hindu mythology. By the end of this, you're going to have a really clear understanding of exactly who this sovereign was and how his identity underwent some seriously dramatic shifts over time. So, let's jump right in!
Think about it for a second. How did early human minds actually conceptualize the force that keeps the universe from just unraveling into total chaos? Today, you and I rely on gravity and physics to explain the order of the cosmos, right? But the ancient world envisioned a conscious, divine entity, a supreme authority whose very existence ensured the entire fabric of reality stayed perfectly intact.
Okay, let's dive into this. First up, sovereign of the sky during the Vedic era. If we travel all the way back to the foundational religious thought of the Vedic era, Varuna first emerges not just as some background participant in the cosmos, but as its majestic focal point. He was the absolute god sovereign. We're not talking about a minor administrative deity here. He embodied ultimate divine authority. Portrayed specifically as the ruler of the sky realm, his domain was literally that vast, boundless canopy above us. And because his rule encompassed absolutely everything under the heavens, it established him as the ultimate overseer of all existence.
And that brings us to upholding the cosmic law and understanding the incredible weight of Rita. You see, ruling the sky wasn't just a fancy honorary title for Varuna, it came with this immense, crushing philosophical responsibility. He wasn't just kicking back on a cloudy throne, he was actively holding the entire universe together through the concept of Rita. Rita is essentially the cosmic and moral law of the universe. And what's incredibly fascinating here is how Rita seamlessly blends the physical and the moral together. For Varuna, the physical laws of the cosmos, things like the rising of the sun or the changing of the seasons, were intricately, directly linked to human behavior. To violate a moral code wasn't just a personal failing, it was to literally disrupt the physical universe. That is a staggering amount of weight on his shoulders.
So, how did he pull it off? Let's look at bridging gods and humans through the divine network.
Let's be real. Managing the fundamental laws of both human morality and astrophysics is a completely colossal undertaking for anyone to handle alone. So the Vedic texts actually outline a highly collaborative structure. Varuna shared this heavy duty with a group of deities known as the Adityas, stepping up as their leader. Among them, Aditi plays a very prominent foundational role. And crucially, Varuna was frequently invoked alongside Mithra to jointly uphold this whole grand design. Together, Varuna and Mithra acted as this unified, synergetic front, perfectly balancing the cosmic and the earthly to ensure Rita remained totally intact.
Because he was the ultimate arbiter of moral law, which governed humans, and cosmic law, which governed the heavens, Varuna served as the crucial mystical bridge connecting mortals to the divine. Through this incredibly collaborative network, he became the interactive point where our messy human actions directly intersected with the flawless will of the gods. He wasn't just ruling reality from afar, he was actively, constantly mediating it.
Now, what's really interesting about this next slide is Varuna in later myths. It's a pretty dramatic evolution.
As you probably know, mythology is rarely ever static. As the centuries rolled on, the texts evolved, and so did Varuna's core identity. We see a striking, almost jarring evolution when we contrast that early Vedic conceptualization with later Hindu texts. Originally seen as this boundless sky sovereign holding the very moral fabric of the universe together, well, his role eventually shrinks considerably. He actually transitions from the absolute ruler of the overarching sky to a much more localized position as the guardian of the Western Quarter. Talk about a massive shift from universal supremacy to, essentially, specific regional administration.
And along with this major demotion in celestial real estate, his look, his iconography, undergoes a profound demystification. Instead of representing this abstract, boundless cosmic law, he gets highly specific physical attributes. Later texts suddenly portray him riding a crocodile and wielding distinct physical tools, specifically a noose and a pitcher. On top of that, the texts ground him in a specific lineage, cementing his familial role as the father of Ashista. It is such a fascinating transformation from an all-encompassing force of nature into a localized guardian with a defined family tree and very tangible weapons.
So we've explored how ancient texts use the sovereign Varuna and this powerful concept of Rita to explain the harmony of the universe and human morality. But I want to turn that philosophy back onto you for a second. Look at our modern world. Without Varuna's explicit Rita, linking our everyday actions to the stars above, what maintains the moral and cosmic order of our world today? Is it really just astrophysics and secular ethics, or is there still some hidden, mystical bridge we've yet to fully understand? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep asking those big questions, and I'll catch you next time.